Hey, look, it's the Kaiju Collector. Yay! Hey everyone, Nate for the Kaiju Collector, and today we will be taking a look at the Bandai limited theater exclusive Anguirus from Godzilla Final Wars. Now this figure, like I said earlier, was released as a limited theater exclusive to coincide with the release of Godzilla Final Wars in 2004. And yeah, despite the tag saying Anguirus 2005, the thing actually came out in 2004. But despite it being released in 2004, is it on par with the modern movie monster series releases? Let's take a look starting at this figure's tag. Alright, so taking a look at this simple one-sided tag here, it shows a nice black and white picture of Anguirus, this in kanji, movie monster Shirizu, Angirasu, Anguirus 2005, a 50th anniversary sticker here, same here with a website, Bandai, and no Bandai Namco because it's before the merge. The back of it is just some information here. Alright, with that out of the way, the tag is nice and protected. And now, let's take a look at this figure's articulation. Anguirus' articulation is actually a little bit more than you'd expect. Anguirus here has a rotation all the way around at his head. I'm not going to risk any damage on the tag here. The arms can go back and forth, not risking any paint damage here. And yes, it is the same on the other side. The legs can go all the way around here. Same on both sides, and oh, there's rotation at the tail. There's rotation at the tail here. That's pretty much it. A solid 10 out of 10 in terms of articulation. Now, let's take a look at this figure's painting and sculpting. In terms of his paint, Anguirus mainly has 7 colors. A brown here for the carapace and the spikes here. A yellowish white for the shoulder spikes and the toe claws here. Same for the nose horn here and the tail here. A white for the neck and the tail here. A off-white, a brown, and a black for the eyes. A pure white for the teeth, and a red for the tongue. In terms of his sculpt, however, Anguirus mainly has this sort of traditional skin, reptile skin sort of design to it, with some other minor details. For example, the bottom of the stomach here. Anguirus has a nice looking head here. It looks very faithful to the original design. The eyes are actually painted very nicely here. You can see the off-white, the brown, and the black there. Same on both sides. You can see some of the white and the sort of tannish brown that is used on the spikes here. Fantastic teeth paint. And of course the absolutely fantastic tongue, which you can't see. Top of the head has some very nice spike details, and the neck here has some very nice wrinkly details with some bumps across the top of the neck with some white once again. Anguirus' arms here are very nice. The top of them here are plated, and the actual forearms are very wrinkly with the a little bit overpainted fingers here. Little complaint I have here is that 3 out of the 5 spikes here are painted with this off yellow sort of color. And we also get some nice detail at the bottom of the hands here. Yep, it's the same on both sides. Legs here are very similar to the arms, but the feet here are slightly different. This time we actually get some padding, and the padding itself kind of looks like a face. Taking a look at the bottom of Anguirus' stomach here, we get some very nice grid sort of details with these like little bumps in each of the squares here. I absolutely love this tail. It's absolutely fantastic with some nice cracked sort of rugged detail along with the white paint complementing it. It's also very layered with these plates, and it kind of looks like Godzilla's tail. Taking a look at the tip here, it's just sort of like spiky detail at the end of his tail here. Fortunately, that yellow paint will only be at the top here because it's not painted here at the bottom. Taking a look at Anguirus' big carapace here, we get some very large spikes here, and they kind of look like bananas for some reason. Beneath all the spikes, you can kind of see this like lines splitting all the rows of the spikes here, and it's actually really nice. Some spikes here at the sides of course. Overall, in terms of Anguirus painting and detail, he's getting a solid 8 out of 10 in terms of his paint and detail, mainly because of these not fully painted spikes, and the spikes at the tip of the tail here aren't fully painted. But it's still a nice figure overall. Now time for size and size comparisons. In terms of Anguirus' height here, Anguirus is very short. He's around 3.5 inches tall, but he's 11.5 inches long. In terms of size comparisons, here he is compared to Movie Monster Series Anguirus 1955 Imaginative Color version, last year's Godzilla Day review, the original 1954 Godzilla Subadaya Limited Edition figure, and of course, the Bandai Godzilla Island Monster Series Heisei Era Godzilla figure. In terms of his overall score, Anguirus is getting a solid 9 out of 10. He is very, very nice, although I can't really recommend this figure considering the fact that he is a theater exclusive and he's very rare to find online. But if you can find him, definitely go ahead and grab him. And that's pretty much it for me. Don't know what my next review is going to be, but see you guys later. Bye.